Thank you so much for tuning into First Time Home Buyer. I'm Anisha Natarajan and our property expert Sameer Jasuja joins me to help you pick the best homes in your budget and in your city. Sameer, very warm welcome. So loads of freebies and schemes being offered by developers. Good time to get out there, isn't it? And strike a great deal.
Absolutely, Manisha. I think that there won't be a better time than now for any end user to look at buying property, especially in the secondary market or on the ready property side. Under construction is still facing a little bit of challenges, but when the projects are approved by RERA, then I don't think there's anything much to worry about now.
Absolutely. And in North India, in fact, most of India, this is considered to be one of the most auspicious times to buy property. So go ahead, send us your questions. We'll make sure you get the right projects to visit. And of course, we've been inundated with questions from home buyers last week. Some we are taking this week, the rest we'll take in the coming week. Thanks so much for your patience. For those whose we can't cover this week, let's tell you which are the ones we have chosen. Bengaluru in a budget of 50 lakh. What are your best property buys? Also Navi Mumbai, budget here very, very modest of 35 to 45 lakh rupees. In Ghaziabad, again, what you call an affordable and a mid-segment home at 40 lakh rupees. Hyderabad, we take a budget which is slightly higher and cull out some of the top picks in 75 to 80 lakhs. And we've got Kochi covered today. Very vibrant market, lots of interesting things happening. In Kochi, what are your top picks in 60 to 65 lakh rupees? And the hill station, or let's say foothills, one of the best cities to live in, Dehradun, also covered on FTHP today in a budget of 60 lakh rupees. Let's go to our first caller who's waiting by patiently, Mr. KRC Murthy. Mr. Murthy, hi. Go ahead. I believe you've already shortlisted some projects. How can we help you, sir?
Yes, ma'am. I'm looking for buying a flat, apartment in VBHC property.
Okay.
So just I want to know how it is, the value of the property and area where they are building and the quality of the property. Just I want to know whether it is out of seismic zone or it is a good to buy this property. VBHC, I heard a lot of that property. So can you rate this VBHC?
Okay, sure. So as a developer, we actually quite like VBHC. They've been doing this affordable homes in a budget of 25 to 40 lakhs pretty well. My little bit of concern is with Anikil, and that's what Mr. Murthy is also asking us, Sameer. I mean, Anikil, does it come in the municipality limits? Will it have good livability? What are some of the key highlights of this market? And of course, data points which can help Mr. Murthy take a decision.
Sure, Manisha. First of all, the location, the supply rating that we are giving to this area is about adequate supply. Because they're still ready to move in stock, which is reasonably well available in the market. Secondly, on the location rating front, we are giving it a rating of 4, and that's primarily to answer your question. The social infrastructure is yet to come up in a better way, and at this point in time, there are efforts being made to improve that. The projects over here are, since this area is in the outskirts, the projects over here that are coming are affordable projects, and VBHC is one of the leaders in that space, and that's why he's charging a little bit of a premium as well. If you look at the price points, Manisha, for the project by VBHC, it's a little higher at between 3,000 to 3,300 rupees a square foot, and that's owing to the brand that today people are willing to pay a premium for good branded projects, and VBHC definitely fits in that branded project developer. The second project that we have is Greens Phase 1 by India Estates. This project is slightly cheaper. It's going to get ready next year and available in the resale market. The size of the 3 BHK is also slightly larger than the one in the VBHC project. And finally, we have MBS Orchids by MBS Builders. This is the cheapest project out of the lot, and this is ready to move in. It's roughly about 9 to 10% cheaper than the price point offered by VBHC. So I would recommend you to keep both these projects in mind before making the final decision. Since both the projects are ready, you can go and have a look at both of them, and whichever floor plan you like. The amenities of both the projects are not very major because these are affordable projects. So really it will boil down to the floor plan and the exteriors of the building.
All right, so really, Mr. Murthy, I think Sameer has summed it up very well. As a market, Anikhil is still developing. It's a futuristic sort of a market. Average price, as I can see from the catchment data, is about 3,200 rupees per square foot. This market hasn't moved at all. It's just moved about 1% over the last couple of years, which means that, you know, it's pretty much flat. So it is an end user market. VBHC Vaibhav gets a thumbs up, but of course it is more premium and therefore priced higher. Must be because of the branding of the developer. Two other projects which are more reasonable and therefore you must go ahead and take a look at them before you make up your mind. There's Greens Phase 1 by India Estates and MVS Orchis by MVS Builders, which is the most reasonable one. Let's head to NCR now. Chakrapani Avasti has sent us this email. He's looking for a ready-to-move-in flat in Noida, Ghaziabad. Again, budget is 40 lakhs. Sameer, isn't it interesting? The number of questions we get in this budget of 35 to 40 lakhs. I mean, really, these are the actual first-time home buyers. The investors are out now. Very few questions of high value now.
Yes, I think we'll still have to wait and watch for about a year more for any luxury kind of demand questions to come in. At this point in time, with this given budget, Rajnagar extension seems to be the right bet. It's a very affordable market. There are a few positives over here as well. Although the market is oversupplied and the location rating is 5.5 because the infrastructure still is not the same as there is in Indrapuram or in the Noida belts, which are the expressway belts. But over here, the USP is really that there is going to be an undisturbed area of about 500 acres, which will be a green belt declared by the Ghaziabad Development Authority, which will always stay. So the area will stay green, less populated, although Rajnagar extension has got a lot of projects that got launched from 2012 onwards. And as I mentioned, it's an oversupplied zone. The three recommendations from our side are Gorse Cascades by Gorson India. This is a project that's been ready since 2015, available at a very affordable price point of 3,000 to 3,400 rupees a square foot. Then we have Meadow Vista by Valio Infracon. This is slightly cheaper, and again, the project is slightly old. It's 2013 completion. That's why it's available in the resale market. And lastly, this is one project that you should also consider because it's a ready project, getting ready this year. This is Laurel Next by Dhanvarsha Builders, and it's available at about a 10% price discount compared to the other two projects. This is ranging between 2,600 to 2,800 rupees a square foot.
You know, Sameer, I'm looking at the statistics and saying 11,000 odd flats actually available, but only 780 units are ready to move in flats. So much more inventory is likely to come in, which means that prices in Rajnagar extension aren't going to move anywhere, at least in a hurry. Here are the three projects recommended by PropEquity. There's Gore Cascades by Gorsons India, one of the most reputed developers of this region. Also Meadow Vistas by Value Infracon. There's also Laurel Next by Dhanvarsha Builders. And you know, now that we've taken so many affordable home questions, I just wanted to remind everybody, if you have an income of under 18 lakhs, you're actually now eligible for a subsidy on a home loan up to 40 lakh rupees. Of course, the subsidy is only available for 12 lakhs, but not to confuse you, this works out to about 2.4 lakh rupees. Your monthly EMI goes down by 2,000 rupees odd amount. So do avail this scheme. You simply have to sign an affidavit at the bank or the housing finance company you're applying for a loan stating that your income is below 18 lakhs or up to 18 lakhs and this is your first home that you're buying. Let's get in our next caller. Amit Shukla from Hyderabad is on the line with us. Amit, hi. Welcome to FTHP. Go ahead. How can we help you?
Yeah, thank you. My query is regarding a 2.5 or a 3 BHK that I am looking in Hyderabad, specifically in the high-tech city and Gachibowli corridor. Society with enough open space, and my budget is around 70 odd lakhs.
All right, 70 odd lakhs for high-tech city is a very decent budget, but of course, lots of open spaces. That's what he wants, Sameer. That's what Amit wants. I don't think it's a much of an ask because everyone does want a lung space. What do we recommend him?
Nisha, we keeping this budget in mind and keeping the other requirements, Nanakram Guda, which is 4 odd kilometers from high-tech city, is the right location for him. There are good amount of projects over here, although the ready projects are pretty limited. That's why it's a undersupplied market. The location rating is pretty good because of the social infrastructure that is developing in this area pretty rapidly. So we give it a location rating of about 7. And this area enjoys a good proximity to a lot of big IT hubs, whether it's TCS, whether it's Honeywell, Cognizant, all these are in vicinity of 2 to 3 kilometers over here. And the recommendations are as follows. Livanio by Ashoka Developers is the first project. You'll have to up your budget a little bit by about 8-10 lakhs, but the price is 80 lakhs all inclusive. And the good part is the project is ready this year itself and available from the developer directly. You can definitely negotiate hard with him. Golfview by Theme Ambience is the second project, again ready this year, 83 lakhs all inclusive, available with the developer. And lastly, we have District 1 by North Star Homes. This project is a little bit more expensive and getting ready next year. So this should be your last choice between the 3 projects, but you can consider this as well.
All right. So Amit and of course all our other viewers who have a budget of about 70 lakhs and are looking at the most happening, let's say, location of Hyderabad, high-tech city, budget of 70 lakhs. Here are the projects recommended by PropEquity. There's Liviano by Ashoka Developers and Builders, Golfview by Theme Ambience Construction, and District 1 by North Star Homes. On that note, we are going to head into a break. Remember, you can send us all your questions at home@nw18.com. Do leave your phone number as well with us because there are so many nuances to buying a home. Sometimes we do want to call you back and get some extra details before the PropEquity research team can cull out the best projects for you. On the other side, some interesting markets lined up, Kochi and also the foothills of the Himalayas, Dehradun. We'll also take some questions related to tax on property. Always GST, because these questions keep pouring in. Stay with us. Thanks so much for staying with us on First Time Home Buyer. Open your email and drop us your details. We'll make sure you get some of the top choices in your budget in the city of your choice. We have a question on Kochi next. Manoj Kumar is looking for a 3-bedroom house from a reputed builder, Samir. He wants us to help him with options in 10-kilometer radius of Cochin University. Budget is 60 to 65 lakhs.
Well, Manisha, Kochi and the micro market that we selected in Kochi is Kakanad. This is a good 7 kilometers away from the Cochin University that Mr. Manoj wanted. It's a self-sufficient market, prominent IT hub with approximately 55% of the total IT export from Kerala literally happening from here and from the city. The location over here is the supply rating is undersupplied. Ready flats are very few to come by over here, and the location rating is 7 because of the employment generation and the decent social infrastructure that this area enjoys. It's one of the best localities in the Kochi region right now. Coming to the recommendations, we have Rowan Park Springs. This is a project very affordable, well within your budget, getting ready this year, available with the developer itself. Then we have Highlands by Mather Projects. This project is slightly more expensive, but the size of the project is slightly, the apartment is slightly smaller. That's why the overall ticket size is lesser than the first project. And lastly, we have Jane's Tufnell Gardens. This project is also getting ready this year itself. It's 60 odd lakhs, so the cheapest out of the 3, because the sizes vary from 1700 square feet going down to 1500 square feet for a 3 BHK. So if you want a larger flat, you will have to up your budget, but the per square feet prices of these 3 projects are fairly similar, up or down by 5%.
Okay, so very quick review of what are the top 3 projects in Kochi. Well, in the IT hub of Kochi. So there's Roman Park Spring by Manoranjan Housing, Highlands by Mathir Projects, and Jane's Tufnell Gardens by Jane's Housing. Oh, quickly, let's head to Dehradun now. Mayank Bharadwaj writes in, he's looking for a 3 BHK in Dehradun, and budget is 60 lakh rupees. I'm really curious to know, Samir, if at all I have to retire, this is one of the towns that I am looking at. So tell me, what can we buy?
Well, keeping the futuristic location being the right one to choose from going forward, we are recommending Shrestadhara Road, which is where the big IT hub was to get developed over here, and then the government had promised a lot of social infrastructure around this area. A lot of road networks are already well laid out over here. The market is undersupplied. It's got a good location rating of 6.5 owing to good road connectivity, IT infrastructure getting ready over here. So keeping this in mind, this is the best location for Dehradun from a futuristic point of view. And if you look at the projects, they're well priced. They haven't appreciated or gone down too much as well. The Capital by GTM Group is a project trading at 3,500 rupees a square foot. All sold out, so available in the resale market. Size is also pretty large, 1,800 square feet flats for 3-bedroom are good sizes. Paradise by Pearls Infrastructure project available in the resale market, and this project has been ready since 2016, so some kind of livability also here in this project. And lastly, we have Pacific Golf Estate. This project is the cheapest out of the lot. Sizes are also decent. You have a 2 BHK option over here as well, but it's getting ready next year. So you should look at the progress of construction before making that final choice amongst these 3 projects is what I would recommend.
Sure enough. Okay, so Shrestadhara Road in Dehradun, clearly one of the best markets from a future perspective or future growth perspective. 3 projects recommended by PropEquity: Capital by GTM Group, Paradise by Pearl Infrastructure, and Pacific Gold Estate by Pacific Developers. All right, Samir, stay with us. We are also going to now have Vinay Singh join us, the property expert on tax and other legal issues. There are questions which are continuing to come in on GST. Vinay, thank you so much for joining us.
Pleasure.
Okay, Rajesh Adur from Pune has written this email. He has a flat in Sapphire Park in Balewadi. He bought the flat in 2007, got possession in 2009, was registered in 2013. I'm really zapped. Somebody got a flat in 2 years. It is a condominium and not a cooperative housing society. He wants to sell the flat and wants to know what is the rate he could get. Samir, would you want to take this one before I get the tax question answered by Vinay?
Sure. The project is ready and it's trading between 6,000 to 6,400 rupees a square foot. It's a good return that the gentleman has got over here. Although we like the location of Balewadi a lot, it is appreciated quite a bit since 2009. And it is very close to Hinjewadi and Baner, which are the prime areas now near the IT hub of Hinjewadi. So this area enjoys a good proximity to these areas, as well as it's on the way to the Mumbai Pune expressway, close to Mumbai as well.
Right.
If you look at the project, it's been ready since 2009. So we would recommend a sell on this because it's become quite an old project and you made decent money.
So it's a sell. So now Vinay, step in here and answer the other part of the question where he wants to know what are the direct and indirect tax implications if he sells his property, because he has made a reasonable return, if not phenomenal returns.
Well, so far as indirect taxes are concerned, there's no indirect tax impact on a resale. So GST, etc. is not an issue at all. As far as the direct taxes are concerned, there is obviously going to be a decent amount of capital gains, and the way to handle it is one of two. Either he can buy another house property and invest the capital gains in that. Also, he can invest up to 50 lakhs in capital gains National Highway Authority bonds up to a cap of 50 lakhs. So he can do both of these, either of these, and of course the last option is to pay tax, which nobody likes. So I think that fairly leaves these two.
Absolutely, but he also gets indexation benefits because he moved into the flat in 2009. So adjusted to inflation, I think his tax liability may not be that high. It could be well within that 50 lakh which he can invest. All right, there's another question from Shripad. He says that he's purchased a house in 2013 in Navi Mumbai, which was due for possession in December 2016, but now it's slated to be delivered in December 2017. He says he's paid 90% of the flat value and wants to know if he will be charged GST on 10% and should he still pay, considering the delays have been caused by the developer. Vinay.
Well, this is a little grey area. No doubt that he will have to pay the GST on the balance 10%. Government has been again and again telling the builders that there are anti-profiteering laws in place and that they will take action against them. But this all seems to be more of telling the builders that when you are quoting a price, you have to adjust your price. Now the 12% is going to be charged. Is the builder going to actually reduce the price because of the input credits that he will now be getting under GST, which weren't available in service tax, remains to be seen. So I think a better thing to do is go and talk to the builder and ask him whether there is going to be some benefit available to him in terms of a reduction in price. The tax rate, of course, will remain the same, and nobody really knows now how each builder is going to react to this.
I know, huge confusion. Vinay, thank you so much for taking all these questions. And honestly, in terms of delayed projects where buyers haven't got their flats for no fault of theirs and now are going to be charged GST is a very big grey area which the government definitely needs to look into. By just saying there's an anti-profiteering clause and your builder cannot charge any, make any profits. But the fact of the matter is, in this case, 90% of the construction is over and 90% of the money has been taken in. Thank you so much for joining me. Keep writing into us and we'll make sure you get the right answer.